Front page of the Yonkers Statesman, September 22, 1916. Headline: Would repeal the 15-day ordinance. At a special meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Yonkers Chamber of Commerce, which was held at the clubhouse last night, resolutions were adopted calling upon the mayor and president of the Common Council to at once call a special meeting of the council for the purpose of considering and repealing the so-called 15-day ordinance, which prohibits the employment of motormen and conductors until they have had at least 15 days' experience in operating cars on the Yonkers lines. The resolution also calls upon the city authorities to demand that the Yonkers Railroad Company operate its cars at once in accordance with the terms of its franchises, which call for the running of a certain number of cars on each of its lines each 24 hours, and that the Corporation Council take such action as may be necessary to compel such operation. Dr. N.A. Warren, president of the chamber, who presided at the meeting, was directed to communicate with Governor Whitman, requesting him to direct one or more members of the Public Service Commission of the 2nd District to come to Yonkers to investigate the trolley strike situation, with a view of getting a speedy adjustment of the differences between the trolley company and its men and the resumption of the running of the cars. These resolutions were adopted after a full discussion of the situation. 20 members were present, and all were desirous that the present conditions should be ended as speedily as possible. The serious effect on the city's businesses caused by the interruption of trolley service was pointed out. The strike in Yonkers has now been on for nearly a fortnight, and there seems no way of ending the deadlock. The declaration was made that if the 15-day ordinance was rescinded, the company could be compelled to run its cars or else forfeit its franchises. The city authorities could be held responsible if any disorder resulting from the operation of the cars were not repressed promptly. Any steps taken by the Common Council to rescind the ordinance will be bitterly opposed by the representatives of organized labor in the city. At a meeting of the Yonkers Federation of Labor Wednesday night, a committee of the Trolleymen's Union appeared and asked for moral and financial support in their fight against the Yonkers Railroad Company. The Federation appointed a committee to oppose any attempt to secure the repeal or the invalidation of the ordinance. This committee will be represented before State Supreme Court Justice Tompkins in Nyack tomorrow morning to oppose the application made to compel the operation of the cars. This suit, in effect, is an effort to test the validity of the 15-day ordinance, as the railroad company will undoubtedly set up as its defense the ordinance adopted by the city. Headline: Capture more German trenches. The British are again striking hard on the Somme front, the latest thrust delivered last night netting 2 German trenches on a line about a mile long. On the Macedonian front, the Entente drive toward Monastir is apparently developing strength. The Serbians are reported to be continuing their advance along Broda. German infantry, advancing in waves, made renewed efforts this morning to beat back the French from the positions recently captured north of the Somme. An official announcement say the French artillery broke the attacks before the Germans reached the lines, compelling them to retire after heavy losses. And that's the news from Yonkers 100 years ago today.